what I am proud of it that we started to do. We started to get out into like actually being where our peers are. Like we need to start doing stuff at the clubs and stuff that people get out to in college and stuff like that. And it's crazy because you start to realize how big you is. You like, dang, y'all know us. Like we didn't think we really had no following like that. But like yesterday made us realize too, we was at the juice jam, you know, when all the D9s come out and you try the different juices or whatever. But man, we got out there, I wore a shirt and people just like, oh, that's you, bro, that's y'all, bro, tap in with me, man, I got this going, I got that going. But it's just cool, like we see all the peers and what they got going and stuff like that though, so.
So, man, that's really where it's at, you feel me? And that's kind of, I guess I could say the same about myself, because now I've been kind of moving around, going to these different conferences and stuff like that, and speaking. Motherfucker, I'm like, yeah, the whole reason I came was to talk to you.
Yeah. No, hold on, we ain't gonna give too much though. Hey, man, we back with another episode of TrapSet Podcast, man. We here with my guy, man, Antoine McCordian, man. How you doing?
Good. Antoine Mordican.
Mordican, my bad. I said it wrong. My bad then, Mordican. Tell us, man, so you been on the move lately, bro. You been doing a lot of different things, man. You know what I'm saying?
Been running for like a half a decade. It's been non-stop, man.
Nah, for sure. Give us a little bit background, man, about what you do in your hometown and stuff like that so people can get an introduction to who you is.
All right, well, a little bit about me. My name is Antoine Mordican, originally from the west side of Chicago. I came down to Alabama in 2009. I grew up here in Alabama in Chicago, but became a man in Chicago. Came down in 2009 to advance my education at Alabama A&M University. Got my bachelor's degree in electrical engineering while I was at A&M and into the corporate world. Been there for about a decade with a utility company here in Alabama. Then I went back to school, got my MBA in project management. And then, 2020 happened, COVID, we all experienced it. They forced me to kind of reevaluate what my worth and my value was in the existing market and industry that I was currently in. Then I felt extremely undervalued, so I ended up finding Native Black Farm, which is a hemp cultivation farm. I am the CEO of Native Black Farm, and I'm also the CEO of Native Black Cultivation, which is an expiring medical cannabis cultivation company.
Yeah, no, most definitely. That's dope, bro. So a lot of people go already when they heard you say Native Black Farm. What does that mean? Because it can come off kind of, you know what I'm saying? People like, Native Black Farm? He talking about black people don't do no farming. But talk to people about what you do, man.
So what it is that I do, I'm a farmer, but I'm a farmer of the future. As I tell folks, I'm not your traditional farmer. How I do my farming is everything is hydroponic. My background is in engineering, so I uniquely engineer a drip-to-drain system within my greenhouse. I can mildly control it, stuff like that, to be able to cultivate, premium cannabis, premium CBD smokable flower. And then just being able to broaden that horizon and that knowledge, I kind of came off and played off on Native Black Farm. I created that company name in 2016.
So from 2016, yeah, you already had the vision. When did the vision come into play though? Cause you said since 2016, but from my knowledge, I ain't gonna tell you how far I have known you've been doing it. Only you can tell me that person. But from my knowledge, you've been doing it since, I think, about 2 years now?
Yeah.
So, when did that it factor play in when you was like, I'm gonna just stop thinking about it, just gonna put it into full play and just bet all in on it?
Well, it was actually a few milestones and steps how I got there. My background when it came to cannabis, it was kind of like the gateway drug and stuff like that, coming from the west side of Chicago. We all seen, the war on drugs. I done seen, all the hype cracked out folks on the corner. My mom like, don't be like them. Don't smoke no weed. You gonna be. Yeah. So.
That's still true. They say no to drugs.
Yeah, definitely. So, with all that propaganda that came with it, once I got into college, I had the opportunity to do a research paper my freshman year, and I just chose my topic was cannabis. So after doing the research into cannabis, I learned that everything that was told to me was pretty much a lie. You feel me? Like this plant can be used for so much. So my vision and the way how I view the cannabis plant in totality, I view it from the top to bottom.
Yeah, but why like, I don't want to, bro, don't let me take all the credit, I don't want to do it, but I'm just excited about it because it's crazy because we never had nobody like this on our platform that tried to get cannabis approved in the state of Alabama. But why do you think cannabis had that negative connotation on, like, don't do that, you trifling, you nasty, you do that, really? Like, you know how people think about it, the negative thoughts that they have on it. Why do you think it's like that, and how hard it is to get people to dive into your point of view and be like, you know what, that is a good way to view it. Let me view it like this over what I think. It's basically like educating yourself, but why do you think that though?
Systemic propaganda. To kind of start off from it, our elders have been fed this propaganda about cannabis being bad, that it has no medical benefits, that it has no uses at all. So we was fed that, and then just based off our peers, man, you know, we kind of come up like, you smoke weed, you lazy, and things like that. And it's just, it's really not true. So the way how I really encourage folks to kind of try to trigger that and remove and reprogram all that, you know, stigma that we was fed, that, you know, do your own research. Because once you, it's a wealth of research out here now. It's no way that anybody can be like saying cannabis is pointless, it's useless, it ain't got no benefits.
Yeah, they be quick to say that, man. They do, like, they quick to say that, but it's like, how can you say that when it's clear all kind of type of diseases that human nature has?
So, man, that's just speaking about the medical part of it. You know, the plant can be used so much, from textile to fibers, to energy, to remediation control and things like that. This plant can be used for so much. It can be used for fuel, energy, man. Oh God, the list is long. So when folks say that, you know, that's why I come to them with the full plant. I ain't thinking about just the combustion, you know, the ingesting and consuming in that aspect. You know, I'm speaking about it in totality. But however, you know, I still got to deal with what we got in front of us and the opportunities that we got.
What information did you find in your research that started this business, or started your, like he said, made the switch flip? You know, this is the type of business I want to go with.
All right, so that's when I really started my research back on this, in like 2009, 2010 time frame. So.
Oh, you was on it early, man.
Yeah, that's when I did my research.
That's crazy. Like, no, finish his question, because I want to dive deep into that part of history. But finish his question though.
So that's when I kind of got my start into it, and then in the 2018 Farm Bill got signed, and that would allow the federal, you know, regulation changed on hemp. And hemp is still cannabis, but it has like less than 0.3 THC, Delta 9.
That's really a difference though. Like, does it really make a difference?
Chemically, it makes.
Okay. Yeah, because you have to have the right mathematical numbers.
Yeah, because, you know, certain cannabinoids have different effects. So, you know, the THC Delta 9 will give you that psychedelic feel of it, that gives you that trip. But, you know, it's like 200, it's over 200 cannabinoids in the cannabis plants in total. So nobody talks about all the others and the benefits that they have. But in 2018, when the Farm Bill got signed, that's kind of when I just kind of, you know, I started looking for land, trying to figure out a way to kind of get into the space in this industry, because of course I already know what's coming. And then to be able to take a lot of stuff in theory that I had been consuming over the years, to be able to try to practice it. So I was trying to find some land, trying to find somebody like, yo, let's say I can, you know, lease me like an acre of land. Let's say I can grow, you know, so I can be able to get the license and everything. And I was hoping to get the license to, you know, give me a position for the medical, because of course I know it's coming. It's just a matter.
You see it popping up. Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time. So that's kind of what my forward thinking was. But however, how the Lord works, man. He told me it was bigger than that, versus me just trying to find some land or just trying to get hold of the license. He put me in a position and took me on a totally different route that now I own everything it is that I currently touch.
Ooh, hey, that's power. Now, owning things is power. But I do want to get back to what you said earlier. You said you thought of this idea in 2009 and 2010. Like, how much belief did you have to put into yourself to make you believe, dang, I got it? Because we all know when you believe in something, you got to make others believe too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So how did you make people believe your vision will come into play into what it is now? Because that's honestly like 10 years of work, if we being honest. That's a decade of work up until this point. We're in 22. So actually 12 years.
Yeah, so it kind of, like, I really wasn't thinking of it as a business or trying to get into it. I was really just trying to get familiar with the crop in itself, and, you know, learning how to be able to cultivate it and be able to, you know, these different things that just kind of intrigued me about the plant. But in 2020, when I ended up finding Native Black Farm, that's when I decided to roll and bank on myself. And that's when COVID happened. I had to reevaluate myself, what my worth was. My skills and abilities that I have, I'm giving it to this company that I currently felt like didn't really value me or treat me as the asset that I really was. So I exhausted my 401k, man, rolled the dice on myself, and I've been banking since then.
Why everybody got a story like that though? When they bank on themselves, they always end up hitting big. Like,
you can't lose.
That's why that's why I said on somebody. I promise. That's why I told somebody on the podcast one time that I did, and they was like, why do you go so hard? I was like, just because at the end of the day, you're not famous of nobody. If you're just not famous of nobody, so you don't have nothing to lose. Like, where can you go but up. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody know you right now. Your last name ain't popular, so it's like, be the one to make it popular. Like, roll the dice on
Respect the
yourself.
ground. Once they see you there, they see you active, they see you steady in it. You know, they see that you constantly doing the research. They see you coming to the events now. They see that everything that you've been speaking about starting to come to fruition. You feel me? When I was just kind of dropping seeds on my social media about me kind of entering
What's the
into
name of
cannabis
it? You
space.
said Fruition?
Yeah, fruition.
Okay, because at first I just thought it was a grower or a farmer or something like that. I didn't know it was a fruition, like a person that grows a flower, right? That's what you're saying?
No. I'm just saying like you.
Oh, hey! Hey, I thought that was, nah, pause, man. I thought that was, hey, nah, keep it running. They gotta be so we edit it out. Nah, oh, we make a clip of, but nah, keep going though.
Well, you know, something that
One of my
you know,
slow moments, man.
for it to become a. But yeah, man, it just, you know, took a lot of work, and everybody just kind of started seeing and catching what it is that I'm doing, and especially once they started seeing me going to these conferences, seeing me speaking, seeing me in the news, seeing me in podcasts and things like that. They like, oh shit, bro, for real. He ain't playing. So, you know, and then, you know, of course I can speak back to all my friends and a couple of little homies and stuff like that when we kind of go back to maybe about 2017. You feel me? I was kind of, you know, tinkering on doing some experiments and things with it just to kind of see what can happen of it. And since we had that conversation to see where we at now, then I'm actually able to test these theories on a legal scale, on a mass scale, on a commercial scale. You know, they just like, damn, bro, you know, you manifest king. Like, no, I ain't never met nobody else that said that's what they gonna do, and then it become that, and it become even more than what it comes exactly what you said it was gonna be.
That's banking on yourself for real. Now, what made you want to bank on yourself? Like, you know, you said you was in the...
I can't lose, man. I can't lose if it's on me, man. Honestly, I move more of an individual. You know, I like to move in teams. I work well with teams. However, I don't like if my teammate ain't working as hard as me. I don't like that. You know, my ship can sink if my teammate choose not to plug the hole up. You feel me? So I don't kind of like to do a lot of those situations. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and create a foundation, do everything myself, and then I'll be able to connect with like-minded people as I continue to grow. Because you have no choice but to see the vision as things are being executed.
No, that's dope. Tell us about, you got a question for him?
I'm taking in all the gems.
I'm taking in the knowledge too, because like I said, I'm excited, bro, because it's like we ain't never had nobody like this, and I know we got a lot of viewers that watch our podcast probably be like, man, I want to tune in and then try to figure out. So tell us about how can somebody actually get in this position of actually want to, start a farm, and like what are the steps that they have to take, or not even maybe the steps to start out, what position they have to be in to get into this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't telling you to be an expert on it, but like just basically like what you feel is the best way to go about it.
You gotta have work ethic. You gotta have initiative. You gotta have drive. You gotta have determination. You gotta be relentless. You gotta be able to take L's and be able to absorb L's to be able to take those lessons and be able to build on it. If you get punched in the face and you go home and cry and that's it, then you done. It ain't meant for you, especially if you trying to be an entrepreneur. Hell, I done became a farmer. I did not know what I signed up for. You feel me? I'm originally from the west side of Chicago, man. I ain't did too much construction work. I never swung a sledgehammer, you feel me? I come from, you know, concrete with a small little grass area. I ain't know too much about farming, digging in that dirt. However, when I acquired my 10 acres of land for my farm, you know, I did all the work myself. I put the water line in, I built my greenhouse.
But you knew how to do that from your electrical engineering background, right?
Well, as an engineer, bro, it's nothing that we can't do. That's how I feel. Yeah.
We'll try to do it, and whatever fail, we learn why we fail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we spend enough time with it, we gonna figure that shit out. We gonna tell you exactly how it works. So it was more just having that determination to be able to get it done, and that will to be able to get it done, and it all just kind of came together. But for anybody that's trying to get into the space, lots and lots of research. It's gonna take a huge capital, unless you already have a lot of these things already into place. I'll be honest, I'm transparent, because my whole thing with everything I'm doing, I'm hoping to be inspired and encourage others to be able to get into this space and also, you know, figure out their own orthodontics way of having this go. But shit, as of right now, I think I'm kind of on the low end of it, which is kind of good. But, you know, when I say the number I'm at, you know, I kind of speak from ownership, you know, of everything it is that I kind of got going through. So I'm a little over 160,000 right now with everything, you know, land, infrastructure.
That ain't bad though. That ain't bad. That's a house, bro.
It ain't bad.
That's a house. Like, let's just be real. Like, you can have a house sitting there and you paying somebody 160,000. You know what I'm saying? Just to.
Ain't nobody like I said I exhaust my 401k.
Yeah, they ain't betting. Yeah, they ain't betting. Yeah, nah. He rolling out the crap out, man, for real.
Yeah, so, but, some folks, and it all just depends. Like, if you got access to that or you got the capital or resources to be able to get to that, then, yeah, that's what you kind of look at. It's good to have good credit, make sure everything is in order, and shit.
So what's the legal paperwork? So you had to get documents signed by the state to grow cannabis?
Yeah, in the state of Alabama, I am licensed to cultivate hemp. I'm able to cultivate and process and handle hemp in the state of Alabama. So I can do whatever I want with it from when I grow it all the way to the state.
Is that just a simple?
Well, I got the land already now. I'm focused on.
Is it simple, just paperwork, fill out online, the court like how?
It was a fairly simple process for me. However, I'm a unique individual, and it may be complicated for others. But it wasn't really that hard. You just have to go through the state website. They'll pretty much show everything down, what's the requirements and stuff like that. You can read it, and then you can just apply that way. But you can only apply like once a year. The window is only 3-4 weeks where you can be able to apply. It's Alabama, baby.
Yeah. He knew I was gonna ask. He was just like, it's Alabama, baby.
Yeah, I said, wait till we get to the medical program. You gonna see it. You gonna see it.
So let's talk about your server. You said you got a Grow God server.
Grow God server, man, the NFT.
Yeah, so I got a Grow Guys Club NFT that it's on hold right now. When crypto, I'm like, yeah, we just kind of held the horses on that. We let a few pre-sales go out there, but we kind of held the horses on that. But the Grow God Club it's a unique NFT. It's myself and 3 other cultivators, and it's around creating a community around cannabis cultivation and cannabis education. That's what we all lacking. It's definitely in the education when it comes down to cannabis, because some folks, everybody around the world, especially the United States, a lot of folks are already growing it. You feel me? So for those that are inspired to get in this space, we have those, what we consider them as the grow guys. They already certified and licensed to be able to operate in this space. You have myself and him. We have Reggie that's in Massachusetts. He's out in the recreational space. We got Will Perry. He's out in Oregon. And then we have Brian Jones. He out in, I think it's Missouri. I'll probably mess it up. Missouri or something like that.
This server is on Discord or how?
Yeah. It's on Discord. You can jump Discord. You go to our website, growguysclub.com, to be able to find them. We on social medias, Twitter, Instagram, to be able to, kind of tap in with that. But yeah, that's what we kind of got going on. But yeah, that's something that's going to be more development here in the future, more focused on entering the medical space here in Alabama now. And shoot, man, getting in position to win.
How is the community between, when you in this industry and you meet different people, how competitive is the industry compared to also as well? How does it fluctuate between how competitive it is and how much help do you receive?
It's very competitive. You will receive no help.
Oh, he just being real. He said he received no help, none.
You will receive no help. Everything is pretty much, as I can see it, I understand how important relationships and things are now. Everything is really relationship based. Because I can honestly say, my introduction to the space, it was, I immediately ran into a shark behavior, motherfucker trying to sell me his grow Bible for $15,000 or something like that. I'm like, yo, bro, I will put you away for $15,000. Nah, bro, I'm not finna do nothing like that. I'm like, I ain't even come to you for that. I was really trying to figure out how Alabama operate. I already have theories and logics in my head on how to be able to grow and cultivate. I just need a space where I can be able to play. So he came at me different. That just completely changed my.
But for him to come at, you said come at you different, meaning you just moving on from that.
Yeah. I just said fuck him, and that's when I got into my space of doing everything myself. That's when I started to focus more on getting my own land. That's when I focused more on getting my own company. I focused more on doing everything I could possibly do myself just to go ahead and get it done, and not to. That's why. You can't trust too many in the space, but however, once you become and get more experience in the space and you start to get out there and you meet and connect with people, because now I've been in the space for 2 years now, and I can honestly say my network is ridiculous right now. I forgot to mention another one of my titles. I'm also the Alabama State Director for Minorities for Medical Marijuana, which Minorities for Medical Marijuana is a national organization that pretty much advocate and educate folks on cannabis. They do expungement clinics. They have a webinar about soda land to teach folks about hemp. Then ultimately just encouraging minorities to get into the cannabis space. So I've been the state director for the past 2 years now, and since I've been plugged with the organization and being connected with the CEO, Roz McCordian, she's like the god, fairy god mother.
He said fairy godmother.
I'm telling you that she's so well plugged and loved and so sweet and generous that she, she looked out for everybody and gave me the opportunity to be in this space. But shoot, man, since I've been plugged, I've been connecting with everybody, in the space. A lot of the top dogs in the space. I've connected with a lot of since of course I'm my own CEO. Once you become your own title, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Man, once you become whatever title it is that you want to be, once you become that, you give yourself that title, you're going to get connected with more folks that's in that same space that have similar titles. So when I became the CEO of my company, I got connected with other CEOs that I was inspired to be like, or at least be able to connect with. And I got connected with other CEOs that got multi-million-dollar cultivation facilities and stuff like that. So to be able to have them relationships where I can pick up the phone and call them like, bro, what you think about this? Or can you check this out? Or just give me an input on this? Or, just give me some guidance so I can avoid those, them holes that you stepped in. And especially, I tell them I'm here in Alabama with it. They like, yeah, I don't know how to fuck.
Why? I mean, like, we obviously know why, but you know what I'm saying? But when you talk to your peers and they in more states that are more like educated on it and they more willing to be like, okay, yeah, we're gonna break down some of these barriers to allow some of this to be pushed forward. Like, how is that conversation between you and that type of person when y'all share like different ideas and stuff like that?
Man, they on a different level. They just, they can give me some insight on some advice and on some aspirations on certain things that I'm trying to do. When it come down to certain, raising capital. I had certain conversations with venture capitalists that'll come in and say, I may feel like my company is worth $5 million. And they'll be coming like, no, it's worth $500,000. So we're gonna give you $500,000. We want 50% of the company. Then I do all my work in 2 years. Now it's worth $5 million. You feel me? I done gave away half of $5 million, for some shit that they tried to evaluate it at. So he gave me some game. They'll give you some game on different avenues and certain things that you can do. But it's more just just giving insight. I got this opportunity. If it was you, how would you react knowing what it is that you know now?
Okay, boom. So just try to educate them and then try to persuade them in your way of thinking. Nah, this dope.
Yeah, once you connect with people and they know you good people and they good people as well too, they'll look out for you then. But initially, trying to get into the space and trying to connect and work with folks, it's sharp because nobody really knows who you is. It's a lot of predatory behaviors in the space, so it's like, you can't really, trust too many folks until, throughout time, things organically grow and you can continue to connect with them. You go to all these different conferences, they see you getting up speaking and stuff like that, like, okay, all right, this guy's legit, I can start giving them, some more attention, I can connect with them more. Now we having high-level conversations where, it's common ground.
Nah, that's dope, It'll make you feel good that you're the only one out of Alabama that's doing it.
It do and it don't.
Well, it's like, give us the good first, then give us the bad.
All right, the good is that I'm in a phenomenal position. I understand I am a unicorn in this space, and I'm probably one of the few that are very high likely to win licenses to be doing anything cannabis related, medical-wise, here in the state. I know I'm one of the only few that's doing it. Now, on the bad side of it, I would like to see more of us in this space to be able to do that, because I'm in these rooms and I see these, these faces that's here that's want to participate in the medical cannabis industry that's here in Alabama. I don't see us. When I initially got into the room, it was just me. It was just me.
Just looking around like, man, what's going on?
I really just try to encourage and inspire more folks to kind of their antennas go up, just kind of look into it, or get involved in the process somehow, even at the fact that the rules and regulations are being, they already published now at this point, but, they gave option for the public to be able to chime in and stuff like that. So it's more just encouraging, educating folks to get more involved in the process. But I would love to see more black folks in the space, but as of right now, I happen to be that.
Would y'all provide that, do y'all provide that knowledge in y'all server room? Is that what y'all talk about, how to get into this space, or how can somebody come to you and talk to you about that?
They can, but at this point now, it comes with a fee.
Yeah. I mean,
how much is the fee?
Well, bro, no, for real, like, knowledge is wealth, man. How much you willing to pay to get in the room and talk to me and pick up some?
And then you're able to connect with somebody that's firsthand, that's currently going through it, and just, based off of, like, I had to get everything out of the mud, literally, you feel me, going out to the digger, but to be able to develop and, to know what it is that's going on. Because some people, like, you can give folks the game, free, for nothing. But they may not even have the work ethic to be able to execute it. So now you done wasted your fucking time. You done wasted your breath and things like that. So yeah, but they even if they got the game, they don't know how to implement it. They don't know how to use it. So it's more being able to connect with those. Of course my time is valuable. To be able to do certain things. So if you're trying to take me away from that, you're trying to get into the space, come with a little incentive, and then, I could be able to lace you and things in that way. But, cause shit, I was trying to get a game away for free for over 7 years, but the homies, they like, man, bro.
We ain't listening to that. We ain't trying to hear that.
Trying to listen. Until they see mugs on the tube, you feel me, on Instagram, you feel me, interviews and stuff like that, and they like, okay, what I gotta do.
We can relate to that too. We can relate to that too, Antoine. You know what I'm saying? Like it's but I guess it's people have to believe it to see it. That's basically go back to that saying people just have to a majority of people just have to believe till they see it. You feel what I'm saying? So
that's really what it boiled down to. Like I could use one of my homies for example, my realtor that actually sold me the land. When I mapped out to him and told him everything that I was gonna do with the land, he was like, yo, bro, you finna be a millionaire real soon, because I just mapped it out, I laid it out for him. Like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Build my house over there. I'm gonna have a greenhouse right here, for him. I'm gonna put 2 acres over here. I'm gonna put the new facility, have some livestock over here, whatever, the whole shebang. It's a farm. And he was just like, he saw it, and especially when we standing on the land, he looking at it like, all right, bro, I see it. So, yeah, so he been fucking with it since then. He even say he been just saving up money for me, just waiting on me to call him. Let me know that I need it just so, so I can, for whatever it is I got going on, so he can be investing me in that aspect. Because, of course, we all know that that's going to come. You need money. Especially trying to get to the cannabis space. You need lots of money.
Nah, for sure. Nah, what I do want to hop into is like, bro.
Hold on, what's that fee, though? That's what I want to know.
What's his fee?
Put him on the spot. To holler at me?
Yeah, to holler at you.
It depends on what kind of discount, but my hour fee is $250 to $500 an hour.
Hey, you heard him now. Hey.
Yeah, you can break that up however you like. I'll give you 15-minute increments.
Hey. We'll give you a restroom break, too. We'll give you a restroom break, but you better use it wisely. You feel what I'm saying? But talk to us about what you got all this going on, trying to get Alabama approved for cannabis, trying to grow your own farm, trying to grow your NFT service. Everything is coming into fruition. Back to what I got wrong earlier. But everything is growing into fruition, and you actually see you getting the fruits of your labor. So talk to me about the times like when you get away from all this. Like, who are you? What do you do to like ease the mind and ease the workload?
Shit, man. I got a family, married. Me and my wife been together going on 7 years this December. Got 3 little ones. I got an 8-year-old, a fresh 8-year-old.
He's at a fresh one. It's straight out the 7th department.
I got my son. He just 1. I think he's like 19 months now, something like that. So other than that, I just kind of spend time with the family. I'm still an engineer by day. I still have a traditional job as an engineer.
We talked about this, right? Because a lot of people don't think they can do 9 to 5s and still live if they dream. Ask him how you do it. Now, this is a prime example. This man said he's a husband, he's a father of 3, he got a 9 to 5, but he still run an NFT service and also a native black hemp farm.
And now native black cultivation.
Yeah. So tell us about how hard that is. Trying to, balance it between the 9 to 5 and the, trying to live out what you really want to do as well. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, TrapSet? Shit, this Kobe, man. Hey, man, we bringing y'all B condoms, man. We know Valentine's Day coming up.
No, we're gonna go meet to meet. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Nah, I'm just playing.
Nah, man, we trying to spread awareness around here, man. So we partner with B Condoms, man. Make sure y'all go buy y'all a brand of B Condoms, man. www.bcondoms.com, man. Talk about it. Give them a little info on it, okay?
Hey, man, it's the first black-owned condom brand, non-latex, your vegan condoms. You got your slim joints. You got your regular ones. You got your the flavor joints. Man, we got everything really for any condom you need, any flavor you need, any size you need, and it's gonna take care of your vagina. It's gonna take care of your penis here. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't gotta worry about that. Man. For sure.
But nah, for real though, all jokes aside, man, let's just spread awareness, man. Stop the HIV around here, man.
Hey, man.
And stop all the diseases around here, man. Let's be smart about physical touching, bro. So make sure y'all go to www.bcondoms.com and you can find it in your nearest Walmart, Target, CVS. You know what I'm saying? They everywhere, man. Just make sure y'all go to www.bcondoms.com, man.
Or TrapSet. Yeah, they can log in to TrapSet, too. You can log in to any TrapSet page, TrapSet Podcast, any page, link in the bio. Go buy your B-Condoms.
Yeah, go make sure y'all get y'all B-Condoms,
cool.
man.
So, yeah,
how hard it is to, balance it, you know what I'm saying? Being able to work that 9 to 5 and come right into it and be a father and a husband and still enjoy life?
I'd be lying to you if I told you it was easy.
Nah, we know it ain't easy. You feel what I'm saying? Especially, you know what I'm saying, being a father. You know what I'm saying? That alone and being a husband is hard is within itself, but also to throw a 9 to 5 in there and also try to live out your dream, like explain your life, the day-to-day life.
All about your setup, man. You know, like I said, I've been kind of cultivating this for over a decade now at this point, you know, kind of preparing myself for the position that I'm currently in. So what I've been able to do and have the privilege of that I've been able to bring everything I do pretty much home. You know, of course, when COVID happened, we ended up getting, well, I was still out there, storms. I was out there.
He got to go hunt.
Yeah.
He got to go hunt.
I was still out there working, but, you know, I ended up getting an opportunity where my current job is 100% remote. You know, I'm able to do all my engineering work duties, you know, do all my design calculations and all that stuff from the house, and I'm able to manage my time as I feel fit. And that's one of the most important things. I had to make sure I let my employer know, like, I'm gonna give y'all hours. You're gonna get your 8, but how I choose to give you those 8 is gonna be based upon me because I have so many different things going on. But best believe the quality of work that you're getting is what it's about. But I'm able to use my time as I feel fit. So I'm able to schedule and manage things a little better. You know, I'm making sure that, you know, every Thursday I take my kids to, you know, music lessons so they piano so I can be able to connect with them in that space. You know, early in the morning I go to the gym and work out. You know, I'm there for them as they going to school and things like that. You know, my wife, she just started back working. So when they come home from school, you know, they with me, but I'm still home working. But in the midst of all that, you know, I can drive, you know, 20 minutes up the road, go check out the farm, see how everything is going. My neighbor out there do a good, been helping me out a lot, you know, maintaining and managing things out there. So he helped me out a lot in that aspect. So it's all about how I kind of, you know, molded my life to be able to fit what it is that I need for it to fit. I'm no longer in anybody else's box. You hear me? It's my box. Yeah, so if you're trying to fool me, you need my skill, you need my talent, you have to come to what it is that I got going on versus me trying to jump into somebody else's situation.
Nah, that's power for real. Power.
That's a change of mindset.
Oh yeah, it was tough to switch from a worker to a CEO. Yeah, it's a tough switch, man. It's a tough switch.
But it all comes back to reality. Just go, just do it. Like Nike say, like for real, just do it, bro. Like, cause you, just like you said, go back to it. Roll the dice on yourself, bet on yourself, and see what you come out with. You know what I'm saying?
Give it your all.
Yeah. So I mean, that's really the dopest part about it. But what I like also too about it is what you said of being able to still be involved in my kids' life as far as like go to their music lessons and piano lessons with them.
My biggest investment right there.
Yeah, like for real, like they look up to that. Like them kids never forget that. I don't think they never forget that because there was a time when I was a child. I was like, I don't never forget that. You know what I'm saying? So I know it'd be times where kids grow up older and they be like, Dad, I remember you used to come to my piano lesson when you get that certain age, you start to remember things.
And that was the deciding factor, actually, that made me make that transition from leaving the job that was everybody like, you never leave this company, you never do this, you feel me? You always straight, you know, you always
trying to keep you.
Man, bro, you never leave this, you got bonus, this and this and this and that. I'm yeah, but you feel me? You know, I ain't happy here, you feel me? I mess around and go leave here and go punch a hole in the wall. That ain't good, you feel me? Especially, that ain't good.
That was some of these parents be doing. Yeah, go to these 9 to 5, get mad, and take it out on the kids.
Like, nah, man.
Stop letting your job piece your happy
home. For real. Control your peace. Yeah. But you know, my daughter, she was around the age 6, 7, and I remember at that age on how critical those memories was, and you know, my father wasn't necessarily there, so I'm like, you know, I want to be able to structure my life in such a way that I'm there for her, because she's gonna remember everything else from this point. So that was one of the deciding factors that I wanted to make sure I was spending more time at home with my family, because my previous job, I was already out a lot working storm, you know, natural disaster, happy daddy at work.
You shared a career background. I know what you do. So, but yeah, I know how much energy that takes.
Yeah, so I just had to switch all that up, man. You know, I want to be back. I want to be home more with wifey and stuff like that, so we can continue to connect and bond, and then really just appreciate the blessing that the Lord gave me. So he said he gave me a new setup, and shoot, it's been working.
No, for sure. How important it is to be a positive black man to like in the household as a wife, like as a husband. You know what I'm saying? Like most of them be like, man, I'm out in these streets.
No,
but
man.
I'm gonna say to like live that lifestyle just down.
It is very important because it's probably the most.
We talking to the black. This is a young black man culture talk right here, but it's more like barbershop talk. But how important it is, like have one woman.
It's critical. Wait, you say having one woman?
But as far as like having that one right woman that can intertwine with what you have going on in your life.
Oh yeah. That's super critical because at a certain point, everything else outside get tiring. You know, you keep giving your energy, you know, to these different sources, and all they doing is draining you. They necessarily not replenishing you. They not putting back into you. They not building you up. So you got to be able to find that good balance, and that one that's able to fit your yin and yang. Boom, y'all go together. You feel me? Then y'all able to spiral and create from there. But you know, some folks, you know, it get a little rigid. But to be able to get that and be able to focus on that, and to be able to have that peace, because that's really where it's at. That peace allows for your mental to get into a different space where you're able to explore different things and able to tap into different, you know, frequencies and stuff like that you may not be able to normally do because you cluttered with all this BS stuff that you may have going on, all these other spirits and energies that you're dealing with. So once you're able to kind of silo and focus that down to just one, you're able to open that up, and then you're able to you're able to hear the Lord better. You're able to move a little better.
No, for sure. Oh, that's a hard saying. He just said.
Telling you, man. Shoot, once you kind of get rid of a lot of that clutter and, you know, distractions, you able to execute and move a little better. You'll be a better version of you, straight up.
For sure, man. Let's create more black families together in the household as one.
For real, it's a joy to have it all on the one roof. I'm telling you.
No.
So with you being a CEO, are you gonna push like school on your children, or like how important do you feel like your education played into?
Education is critical.
I mean, I know education is critical. I mean, school is college and played on.
It depends on where you're trying to go at with it. So, you know, my goal is to be, hopefully by the time they reach that, you know, that turning point, I can be able to inspire and, you know, get them exposed to enough that they'll know which direction that they want to take so they can be able to map it out. You know, some folks go to school just because they feel like they got to go to school but don't know what the hell they going to.
Yeah, if parents be forcing them to go to school, taking up. Man, if you know your child ain't going to college and he don't want to go to college, stop forcing these kids to go and spend your money. Like, you know what I'm saying? I agree for the first semester. Let's try it out August, December. In 6 months, if your child don't like school, he ain't gonna like it the other 6 months. But that's all I want to say. Stop forcing these kids.
Yeah. Nah, school is great.
Be successful without it. You know
Yeah, you definitely can be successful without it. It may. The best thing I can say that I got out of school and college is the network, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, to be able to connect with like-minded individuals that look like myself. For real. Like one of the best decisions I ever made was coming down to Alabama A&M, coming from Chicago. I took a leap of faith and came down. I said a prayer when I came down, like, Lord, whatever happens, it's to your will and it's your way. So everything that's been happening from that point, even getting my intern, the folks that I connected with, it's all been, his will. But to be able, once I got on the campus, to be able to connect with, like-minded folks that's like myself, that's just trying to make something of themselves, that was very encouraging, where I can be just myself and to be able to, continue to grow and excel as I find my lane that I wanted to enter. Because I didn't even go in as trying to be an engineer. I went in for business finance first, and then I realized, like, these niggas don't make enough for me to go in debt. So they do not make enough for me to go in debt. Then I was already into electrical things like that. I always had an engineering mindset, so I just switched over to engineering. Everybody trying to, like, man, you sure you want to do that? That stuff tough, man. It's hard, and man, it's so much school. Like, it is what it is. At least when I get out, I know I'll be getting some money. You feel me? I'll be getting to a bag. So it took me 5.5 years.
That's what I'm in right now, bro. Damn, let's be honest.
That's what it's gonna take. It's funny about A&M though, which I love A&M so much. Especially, I got a few engineering degrees out here. I would say I got a few engineering degrees from A&M. Of course, with us all being part of EKT, to be able to connect with a lot of folks, especially when I was coming up. Like I always been like, I guess you consider myself as a nerd and shit like that. I just always been good academically. It just really didn't matter. So a lot of folks, a lot of folks come through. They man,
I take a 3.0.
Oh God. Yeah. But some folks ain't do their work. I'm like, bro, I got you. It's right here. Go and get what you need, because I'm gonna do mine regardless. I'm like, go ahead, I got you, bro. I got all kind of papers, research topics, senior design projects. I got all kinds.
May have to tap in. I may have to tap in, bro. I'm taking senior design right now. I may have to tap in.
You may already got it. What project is it?
We'll talk about it off camera. We'll talk about it off camera. Nah, but for sure, though, lead these folks with a final last message that you probably want to give somebody that's maybe we're looking for some type of inspiration or some type of motivation to be able to bet on themselves like you did in the beginning?
Man, it ain't nothing that you can't do. It is nothing that you can't do once you set your mind to it. Once you have that desire and you show that initiative, you have that go-get mentality, be able to get to it, get to it. Don't delay, don't wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment never happened. But other than that, appreciate y'all listening to me. Make sure y'all tap in with me, Antoine McCordian, LinkedIn, Native Black Farm. Be on the lookout for Native Black Cultivation as a medical cannabis cultivation company here in the future. Pretty sure y'all will be seeing me on the news here soon, especially as I prepare to get obtain license and stuff like that. They're going to have a public hearing.
Okay, cool. Step out to the hearing in Huntsville? Or?
Nah, it's going to be in Montgomery. Everything is be down at the Capitol. You go down to the state capitol and get it rocking. But, we preparing for that. So if I can definitely be able to get everybody's support, definitely here in Alabama, that's going to be critical.
Nah, for sure. Where can they find you? Where can they tap in at?
LinkedIn, Antoine McCordian, or you can subscribe to my mailing list at nativeblackfarm.com. You can visit us at growguysclub.com. And that'll be it. That should be able to get you to everything, all the platforms I'm on. And Twitter, Native Black Farm as well.
No, for sure. That's dope, man. That's dope. Hey, remember the name, Antoine McCordian, Native Black Farm. Hey, Grow God's NFT service. Hey, you heard it from him. Bet on yourself, roll the dice. Let's try to hit a 7 or 11. Let's not crap out. But hey, man, this has been another episode of TrapSet Podcast. We out of here. That was dope information, bro.
Yeah, shit, it's just a start.
Turn me up, P. Pointers in the paddock at my piece. I'm pushing P. Cop new hammers for my P. We don't want no peace. Got a spot across the spot, just for peace. Drop the data, now we plotting. Exotic peas.